Well, the DP World ILT20 is in sensational form. We are now into the second season, and so far we've been fortunate enough to speak to a lot of the players and a lot of the sides. And joining us now, Neil, are a couple of the players from the Sharjah Warriors.
Well, that's right. It is the spin sensation Maheesh Theekshana joining us. Also, we've been joined by Shemal, the COO of Capri Sports. He's a former BCCI, former JSW Sports and an ISB alumni. Also a cricketer himself, and Nilansh Keswani. He is a UAE lad, and we've seen him turn the ball around and sitting next to another spin sensation here.
Yeah, welcome, gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining Kitch and Neeil here this afternoon.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's great to speak to you, Nilansh. I want to go to you first as a UAE cricketer. Must be a very proud moment for you to be able to play across Dubai, Sharjah and Abu Dhabi and be part of such a great tournament in your home country.
Yeah, I mean, obviously for us UAE players, it's a really good opportunity. Playing in a franchise tournament with all of the best players around the world. And already you can see a lot of UAE players doing really great in the tournament. For example, Ishan Sharfu, Mohammad Wasim, Mohammad Rohit. So it's a good thing for UAE players. I mean, UAE cricket is improving day by day. So yeah, it's a really good thing.
Shemal, the question's for you. Sharjah Warriors previous edition versus this edition. Where do you think the change has come through? And we see, the Warriors sitting at the number 2 in the table. What in the DNA has changed, or has it really changed?
Yeah. We got Maheesh Theekshana with us. I think that's helped us immensely. And it's not just his performances. I think people like him coming in was kind of striving for excellence, right? Trying to get as good as they can be to become international greats. I think that just rubs off on everyone else. I think there's a great bunch of people that we have this season. And as sometimes things happen, seasons or tournaments don't necessarily go your way, the way you want it. Doesn't necessarily mean that the players that we had weren't right or anything of the sort. I think this year we have a good mix, and I think people are gelling really well together with Johan, JP and Westy. The coaching staff has also sort of ensured that the group is constantly sort of working together at the back end as well. And yeah, I think we're sitting okay at the table right now with half the tournament gone for us.
Well, Shemal, on that point with your coaching staff, you've got Johan Botha, South African legend. He's played for a variety of IPL clubs and T20 franchises. What experience does he bring to the side, not just from a cricket, but also having worked through different franchises and understanding how to gel and unite a team that get together so quickly for a short season?
I think the biggest challenge, like you said rightly, is to get the team together within a short time frame. I think it's probably his approach that is, which is quite unique. He does have a very streamlined approach in terms of how he wants to go through the training sessions, and the communication is pretty clear with each of the players, so they understand what is expected of them. And I think that helps significantly. Having also the understanding of having worked across the world in different franchises, he has an understanding of different cultural mindsets, and that is very useful between him and JP as well. I think they've played enough cricket across the world. They've coached in different leagues. So getting an understanding of what may work, what may not work, that is very, very useful.
Maheesh, we've been talking about the cultural amalgamation of players coming in from different parts of the world. Shemal just mentioned about it as well. For you as a cricketer, and obviously with so much experience and being an international superstar, how does it work when you have kids like Nilansh in the same team, some youngsters in the same team? Do they come up and ask questions to you, or do they get scared and say, Maheesh is there, let me not trouble him or bother him?
Nilansh is all the time asking questions.
Knowing Nilansh, I knew that he is the kinds who'll ask questions. But does it become easier when people ask questions, or do you have some quiet kids who don't ask questions, and then you need to put your arm around their shoulder and say, hey, you know what, champ, let's do this?
In our team, I don't think there's no one like quiet people. Everyone is like make sure, because they can teach everything from everyone and they can get better from everyone as well. And I think that is why we are in number 2 on the table as well, because we know how to deal with people and how from the local players, from the international players, they like exchanging their thoughts and each and every time, and that's why we got better at from the games when we won, because we only won one game in three games. Then we had like more conversations about what our strength and what our weaknesses. So then we worked for that, and that's why we got our results.
2 back-to-back wins.
When you look at your next match, you're coming up against the MI Emirates, the Mumbai Indians Emirates. They've been the form team so far. What are you going to be looking at doing to try and overcome these guys on Friday night?
I think for them, I didn't show the middle order doing really well. I just saw the top order, they just smashing all the games, and they only didn't do well in the last game, and they lost it. I think that is the main key for us as well. If we got first batters out, then we have a better chance.
Shemal, a question to you. You guys also manage and operate and own UP Warriors, the WPL side in India. How does the transfer of knowledge work across two such franchises which are equally new?
Oh, interesting. I think because we can dive into such a depth of experience that comes onto the table when some of these players come over with us, or some of the coaches that join us. I think it's a learning experience every day for us, and I think we just try and reflect upon what we can gain from the likes of, say, our coaches, but some of the younger guys. I mean, people like Nilansh, it might be his first tournament in franchise cricket, but there's a lot to learn from youth and some and newer people in the setup as well. So we try and understand what is required for each person or each stakeholder in the setup, and we try and work from there. So that's kind of helping us, because we're new, we kind of get to learn from the best,
Right.
but also have the option of taking a slightly contrarian approach towards the way we want to build things.
Does it also mean that you don't carry the baggage of a bigger brand name or the legacy like some of the other teams or other franchises like, say, My Emirates or ADKR do?
Absolutely. I mean, like I said, they've done things for 15 odd years in the IPL, and they've built franchises from ground up. We have the opportunity to learn from their mistakes and some of the things that they've done well. Like, look at Maheesh, he's been playing for CSK. I mean, we
Right.
can tell without having conversations sometimes on what he prefers or what he likes, what kind of environment he's being used to with the great MS Dhoni, right? So
True.
how do we try and create an environment for that in a subtle way without actually being explicit about it? Can we try and facilitate that? That's what we try and aim to do. And if we are able to be successful with some of those things, I'm sure the results will come our way.
Well, one of the environments that you've already set for Maheesh is the color yellow. So he's happy, I'm sure.
That was genuinely the plan.
Well, Maheesh and Nilansh, you might not want to comment because you're with the COO there, but we had some great performances on the field. Who's been enjoying life off the field the most with their time in Dubai? Care to share? Who's been enjoying the golf or enjoying the pool clubs the most?
I think Dickwell and Johnson Charles.
That was a pretty simple answer. There seems like there's no question in regards to that, because, I mean, that's the appeal, what a lot of people have spoken about. The weather's always going to be great. There's not a lot of travelling and in terms of flying in between cities that you do get in a lot of other tournaments. So you do get more downtime here. And do you think that does help to try and invigorate the guys together, because you can all go off and you can play golf or you can play archery or you can play any of those activities to help with the team bonding?
Yeah, absolutely. Because from in Dubai, it's always like 30 minutes to go to like anywhere we can, because we just can do anything. Because they have the activities in here, so I think it's great because for even from our hotel to only for Abu Dhabi, just we have to go more than 1 hour.
Yeah.
So the Dubai and Sharjah, it's like 25 minutes, 30 minutes. So I think from that also we can get maximum rest as well. Then because we know that because we had a lot of games in like the next 4 days, we have 3 games, so we can get more rest as well from that. So I think that's the best thing that we're playing in Dubai.
Nilansh, this one's for you. You're a young lad with so many Instagram fans and followers already. The girls swooning over you. I see the female percentage growing by the day in your analytics of Instagram. Do these girls actually DM you now saying, "Can I get some tickets, please"?
No, as of now, no one's DM me apart from my parents. So
That's all right, Nilansh. Mom and dad are not listening.
That's okay. So there's a great opportunity. What you're saying is, there's availability for free tickets if people want to see the big show.
Yes, absolutely right.
The only one who sort of spiked his hair is
yes.
I mean, I can tell you, I've watched Nilansh play for so many years here in the domestic circuit. He's a fabulous lad. But I want to see the transformation, Shemal, like you mentioned, the spiked hair, the chains in the neck, probably having like a bunch of tattoos for Nilansh also. Wouldn't that be like a super amazing transformation?
I don't know about that. He'll be the best judge for that.
I just like to keep it all simple.
Well, you guys are doing extraordinarily well. You got 3 wins from 5 games, and what a clash it's going to be Friday night at 6:30 at the Zayed Cricket Stadium in Abu Dhabi. What is billed as a top of the table clash? How are you preparing for this pitch? Are you preparing any differently for the 3 pitches across the UAE for each match?
I think in Sharjah there'll be like less bounce, but in Abu Dhabi I think it's better for batters, and hope because the boundaries are a little bit bigger also, and for spinners and I mean for the bowlers also you can get something from them.
Maheesh, you mentioned about the Sharjah wicket. The Sharjah wicket, as compared to all the previous years that we've known Sharjah of, is a completely new square. They relaid all the wickets. From 6 wickets, they turned it into 8-wicket strip. There's some grass on it. All of a sudden, it looks like a different surface altogether. When you arrived here, did you see the surface and say, hang on, is this Sharjah?
For me, it's still the same.
No, is it the same?
I don't know about anyone. For me, it's still the same.
Brilliant. Now, this is incredible. The efforts that have been put in are seen and visible. 2 back-to-back wins, and we've got someone from the think tank here, man behind the team.
See, I think Nilesh has been hogging the camera to himself. We didn't realise that Johan Botha is sitting there with him as well. He's hiding away to the left of screen. Johan, thank you very much for joining us, hiding away there this afternoon, and well done on the success so far of the Sharjah Warriors. You must be proud of the boys at this stage of the tournament.
Thank you. Yeah, the guys have played really nicely so far, but that's only halfway gone for us in the tournament. So obviously in this tournament there's some good teams, and we still need to win some games. It's no given yet. We would still like to obviously keep that form going, and then get into those playoffs, and hopefully from there we can go a bit further in the tournament.
In tournaments like this, where there are games coming in back to back, how important is the winning momentum? You've won 2 games back to back. Does that really help in taking the team to the next level, Johan?
It definitely helps. If you just look at these last 2, I think that middle game was obviously crucial. It was a close win. If that doesn't go to plan, then it's a whole lot more difficult to come back the next night and try and do it again. But I certainly think that helped us going into the Capitals game. So yeah, it's pretty much the same again. We've got 4 games in 6 days, and we need to start well on Friday night in Abu Dhabi, and against a team that we didn't play so well against in the first round. So we need to try and correct that first of all, and put in a good performance and hopefully get 2 points, and then we will shift our focus to the next one. But it's one game at a time, and yeah, as I said, we would just like to get a little bit of momentum going and have a good 4-game stretch, which is a big chunk of our tournament, basically in 6 days.
True.
So it's important a little bit for us, and basically this is make or break for our tournament. 4 games close together.
Yep.
You get that right. We in the playoffs before the last game. You don't get that right. We've got some thinking to do, and we've got obviously then games to win at the back end.
Well, we do appreciate the time that the four of you have shared with us here this afternoon live on Kitch and Neeil Show. Shemal, Johan, Maheesh and Nilesh, it's great to have you on. Good luck on Friday night against the MI Emirates. And thanks again very much for joining us this afternoon.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much. TSB, Talk Sport Business on Talk 100.3.